It's a very unique story in the sense that from where I came and grew up, and the rest of the guys that were involved in the Four Seasons, I lived in a project for most of my life and didn't have any really major success until much later.
Yeah.
But we had a sort of a regional success when I was singing with a group called the Four Lovers, which was mainly the same guys except for Bob Gaudio. This was really big, bigger than anything I ever imagined could ever happen. And it was different. And we always, at least I did anyway, I've always felt that there was a real story behind this about four guys who grew up with conditions in life that were not the very best and didn't know whether they were going to make it or not in anything, you know. And determination was a major factor in everything that we did. I was convinced that as a kid that there wasn't anything you couldn't accomplish as long as you were really willing to work for it. And the fact that we had members in the band that had police records, and a couple of guys went away, and there was always a couple of guys going away. I look at my I look at my life and think about how lucky I really was that I didn't end up in the trunk of a car or in jail or whatever. It was just a hard time where all you had were dreams. And in order to make a dream come true, boy, you couldn't be in a better country than being here in America.
You did. But now your dream is everyone's dream. I mean, with that play, and I presume with the movie, you get to share your whole life with everyone. Is that, everyone will know everything about you?
I really hope that it has opened the door for other performers who have stories. One of the things I learned really quickly was that it was really important if they were going to do a story about your life in movie form or in a book form, that at least 98% of it had to be the real truth.
Yeah.
And I think that had an awful lot to do with the fact that Jersey Boys was the success that it was. Now, because we had all these problems growing up, and we were so afraid that the press would find out and the record companies would drop us and nobody would hire us and radio would stop playing, we just weren't very vocal and did very few interviews that talked about our past at all until the time came for Jersey Boys. And when we decided that that's where we were going, my partner Bob Gaudio came to me. He said, "Listen," he said, "are you sure you want to do this?" He said, "Because if we do this, we have to tell the truth." And I said, at this point in time in our career, I said, it seems to me, nowadays, in order for someone to obtain success, they need to get arrested. So it was something that I wasn't worried about, but very early on we were worried about it. We were worried that,
Sure, of course, yeah.
that as I said, that record companies and management companies and agencies and radio and everybody would stop playing our records.
Yeah.